basis of Purim really is that the Jews found themselves in exile after the destruction of the first temple in Jerusalem. They'd been expelled by the Babylonians. The Babylonians were then taken over by the Persians, and Jewish community, virtually in its entirety, found itself under the jurisdiction of the Persian Empire. And somebody decides, one of the king's advisors decides that he hates one particular Jew, stereotypical. He multiplies that to hating not one Jew, but all Jews. And therefore a date is selected for the killing of every single Jew on one particular day, the 13th day of the Jewish month of Adar. And as a result of covert miracles, the Jews were saved, and the day becomes, therefore, it's transformed from a day of possible massacre to a day of festivities.
Well, sadly, anti-Semitism is not dead. So what relevance do you think Purim has in today's world?
Anti-Semitism hasn't disappeared. In fact, it's gotten worse. But I always say that the Jew is like the canary in the mine. The canary is there. If there is gas, then it alerts. It dies, obviously, but that alerts the miners that there's a danger in the mine pit. And it always starts with anti-Semitism, but it never ends with anti-Semitism. So it just multiplies into all other types of racism. So it's just, Purim really alerts us to be forewarned of the dangers of anti-Semitism, but all other forms of racism as well.
So fast to feast.
Yes, indeed. It's said that Jews, a resume of Jewish history is that they tried to kill us, we were saved, let's go and feast. And Purim is very much within that context. And we remember, in fact, that at the time of Queen Esther, when the Jews were facing extermination, they held a 3-day fast. So what we do is the day before Purim, before we feast, we do 1 day of fasting. So the day before Purim is a fast day. And that's the way we usher in the festivities, by having a fast beforehand.
Well, to me, Purim is very much a Gibraltarian thing, very much linked to the local Jewish community.
Well, obviously Purim is an international Jewish feast, but Gibraltar is very prominent and marked. And I think perhaps because of the geographical proximity of Jewish homes and so forth, because we spend the day dressed up in costume and going from home to home, and we celebrate as a community, as a family. So Purim becomes very prominent visually, because you will see Jewish kids and adults wandering around Gibraltar with cakes and obviously in fancy dress wear as well. So it's great fun. It's a great fun day. It really is fancy carnival day in the Jewish calendar. That's what it is.